Welcome to my channel, to everyone who's new here, and of course those of you who are back again, great to have you here. In this video we will take a look together at possible scenarios for the price development of SUI, Avalanche, HBAR and Dogecoin. Things remain exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. So let's get to SUI. What did we say about SUI? We have said if the $4.06 breaks to the upside, then we should go into $4.24. If we also break it to the upside, then it's very positive. But if we break the $3.80 to the downside, then we should see the lower part of the bull flag again. And with this sell-off here, we saw the lower part of the bull flag. I looked into the other altcoins and they look like that they have a bit more downside potential. That means that here's also an head and shoulders formatation, which broke to the downside and got its retest. The target is slightly lower than the lower part of the bull flag, and also we have a fair value gap from $3.61 to $3.46. We also have support, you can see it, one touch point, a second touch point, and I will give you the price tag, $3.56. So what I think is that we are going to sell off, I think, into $3.56. I think there we have the highest chance of getting a bounce. And it can also happen that we don't even get a candle close lower than the bull flag. Means we are just going to sell off and get a quick buy up. So we get something like we see, for example, here. If we get this lower than the bull flag, then it's not a big deal. But if we get a sustainable breakout to the downside, means we sell off, you get a candle close lower than the bull flag, retest it and get a follow through, then the bull flag got invalidated. So far I can't tell you much about SUI, besides we are going to see a bit more lower prices and then we have to see what is going to happen. Because if we go into the RSI, then you can also see that this is also a bullish divergence. We have a higher low in the RSI and we have a lower low in the chart. Bullish divergence, but yes, it can also get invalidated. So just because we see an bullish divergence on the 1 hour chart, I'm not going to jump into a long position just blindly. I want to see some breakouts. And the first breakout which I see is at $3.80. So if we get that resistance again, then it would be good. And the next breakout can be the $4. But if we get there, then I would actually wait for the bull flag breaking to the upside. But if we get something like this and we break it to the upside later, then I can entry my long position or increase my position size a bit earlier than waiting for the breakout of the bull flag. So this is risk management. We have to see what is going to happen, but if we break out, for example, right here, then I'm actually going to wait for the bull flag breaking to the upside, and then I'm long for SUI as well. So what about Avalanche? We have said about Avalanche that this looks more like a rising wedge, which broke to the downside. While having this market stage, it looked like a bull flag, and yes, we also got a breakout candle over $25.73. That's what I wanted to see to be bullish, but the retest missed. So basically I wanted to see something like this, and then it would be very good, and then I would have even said we can break out over the $26.88, because this is the price mark where I'm actually looking forward to get into a very high leveraged long trade. I will show you why. Because overall it looks like a double or triple bottom pattern this here. So if we break the $26.88 to the upside, then I think Avalanche is going to the moon, and the moon says $38.28. So this is the target for Avalanche once we break out. But what do we get now? I also told you that I can expect a pullback for Avalanche, And the bull flag got invalidated, so let me delete this one with the price tag here and the price tag here. This also looks like an head and shoulders formatation, which also broke to the downside. And since we got a retest of the rising wedge, I can change the target. And then you can see we have two identical targets going for the $22.90. We have a fair value gap lower than that, so I can imagine that we get prices even down to $22.61 for Avalanche before we can actually get a push to the upside. But this price movement is not going to be, in my opinion, like we sell off, we get a small bounce, then we sell off again, and afterwards we get the rocket. I don't think that. I think we are going to get something like this. Wait, I will do it again. So, sharp sell-off, then a bounce with again a higher low, and then I would actually look for a trend line which breaks to the upside. Then I'm into a long position. I'm not just jumping blindly into a long position. So basically we can also look into the RSI because all the coins are similar to each other. Bullish divergence right here. Higher lows in the RSI, lower lows in the chart. Looks good to me. And I can expect that we slowly get a bounce for Avalanche, which can look like this. And after that we have to see, probably like this. So I would just keep that on the chart and we will look over that tomorrow. So what about HBAR? We have said about HBAR, as long as we don't break the 28.5 cents to the upside, we can still expect lower prices. This price mark is going to move because over the time the breakout is going to change. So the breakout is going to be 28.24 cents at the moment, but also tomorrow the price is going to change depending on when we are going to break out. We have also said 25.7 cents. That's support. If we break it to the downside, then we should see the lower part of the bull flag. And I think this is going to happen slowly, so I would just keep that on the chart. I still expect that we are going to get into the fair value gaps, which we can see down to 23.2 cents. Here's the price mark for you. And then we have to see. I would even say it would be very positive if we get back over the 25.7 cents. Then the chance is high because there's also the center line of the bull flag. So if we push here over it, then it would be also long. But first I want to see actually selling off into the lower part of the bull flag. And once we break the 25.7 cents to the upside, then I can get into a small long position. And once we break the bull flag to the upside, then HBAR is long to me into the area 31.8 cents to 34 cents. So what about Dogecoin? So this is what I have drew yesterday. We went so far in the fair value gap. So here was a fair value gap. So we went there. And now I want to see the bounce. Actually, we have here a red trend line. 23.4 cents. If we get there, not a big deal. If we break it to the downside, then I would look for other chart patterns for Dogecoin because then the bull flag got invalidated in my opinion. We can still change the bull flag a little bit. That's why I will make some space for Dogecoin by saying it can drop to 23.4 cents. Not a big deal. Then I would just change the bull flag a little bit and modify it. But once this price mark falls and we break it sustainable to the downside, then I'm actually not looking for bull flag anymore. Then I'm going to look for some bearish chart patterns. What we have also said is we have to go into the 4-hour chart and then you can see it. We have a double bottom pattern. This one here, which broke to the upside and got its retest. but we still lost the price mark of 26 cents. So the orange trend line. It's not a big problem. We have also said that the first attempt might not work because all the coins are bearish. We should sell off and get the strength, breaking it sustainable to the upside. And that's what I see if the bull flag breaks to the upside. So I have drew you this here. I'm still sticking to my plan. I'm going to get into a long position. Once the 26 cents breaks to the upside and gets its retest, I'm going to jump into a long trade once we get to the retest. So with that said, I think we have some possible and profitable trades in the future. We just have to wait a little bit longer. We still have fair value gaps lower than us. Let the market fill them first, and then we can seek for higher prices without worrying about fair value gaps, which can get filled anytime. That's why I want to get them filled. That's why I want to get the market to sell off a few percentages more, to just wipe out the high leverage positions and to fill the fair value gaps. And afterwards, I want to see the push. That's what I expect. So thank you for watching. And in the next update, we are going to talk about Render, Tau, Kaspa, and ONDO.